Budgets. Where we're going, we don't need budgets. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. This is TCW Round Up with BeatUp. We're letting you know what's going on in Tidal because we love you so much. We just can't keep out of your eyes and ears. Anyway, Point Break 2015 is just hours away. One more sleep, maybe 2 sleeps, depends on how much of a lazy person you are. I won't be sleeping that much because I'm so fired up and excited. Anyway, Friday the 15th of May, Point Break returns to Darlington at the Dolphin Centre. We just talked about it on the last episode. We'll be getting a guest phone in very shortly to give his views on some of the matches. Until then, don't forget to check out our social media pages. Facebook.com/Tidal Championship Wrestling or Twitter.com/Tidal Wrestling. You can find out more news, views, what's going on. The guy that runs it, he's very talkative on them both, so just bug him, ask him questions, be stupid. He loves it. There as well, you can link to our Big Cartel page where you can buy out our merchandise. I think it's tcwrestling.bigcartel.com, and there you can buy DVDs, Blu-rays, hoodies, t-shirts, tea towels. How many wrestling companies do your tea towels? We can do you a tea towel. Do your washing up with it. Or you can wear it out your back pocket like a gamester. Also, after Point Break, we'll be returning to Newcastle on Sunday the 14th of June for Crimson Time. There, if Liam Lazarus is still champion, he'll be taking on Jackie Polo for their championship. We'll have Dan James versus Joe Coffey. We've got El Ligero versus Mark Coffey. That's gonna kick-ass match. And hot off the press, although not too hot off the press, because if you followed us on Facebook and Twitter, you'd know about this already. Sean Only and Dave Carbon will be competing in a 3-way match with Bram, the Yorkshire Braminal. He's obviously, you've heard of him before. He wrestles on TNA. He's wrestled for us before. Silent Nightmare. An absolute phenomenal beast. Also on the show will be AJ Anderson. The bookies, AJ Anderson will be on the same card as Dave Carbon. There's going to be some trouble there. AJ Anderson. The Bookie Boys are hopefully going to be on the show. I know they've got a bit of trouble going on at the moment, but hopefully they'll be on the show. Ruby Summers and a whole bunch of other people. So see us in Newcastle. Crimson Time, June the 14th, Sunday, June the 14th. After that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be returning to Leeds. High Tide 2015, where Liam Lazarus and Rampage Brown will be going at it. It doesn't matter if Liam's the champion by then, they're still going to have a match. It's going to be a last man standing. First person to answer the 10 count, or first person to fail to answer the 10 count will be declared loser. So they've got a lot of pent up anger and frustration between them. That is going to be a belter. Also on that card, the rematch. Dave Mastiff and T-Bone will be teaming up to take on Wolfgang and Big Damo. You remember the last time we had that? We had to have a 6-sided ring because we didn't think the 4-sided ring would hold all the weight. The 6-sided ring still collapsed because they're all big fellas. That's going to be Falls Count Anywhere as well. More carnage. And Adi Style will be getting her revenge against JD Boom in a barefoot Lego death match. Fans bring the Lego. We know it's expensive, so just bring a few pieces. I even think Duplo might be allowed. I'm not entirely sure. You'll have to find out the rules on that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have got a very special guest about to do a phone in, and we're going to find out his views on... What do you mean he's cancelled? Well, we've got a replacement. Who? Oh well. Get on with the phone in. Yeah. We did have a really awesome guest lined up for you, but they cancelled last minute, so we have got a great replacement. And by great, I mean terrible replacement. None other than my commentary partner, Mr. Craig Anderson. All I'm saying is, I bet Noel Edmonds doesn't have to do all the button pressing himself. There, take it from here. Craig Anderson is on the line. Craig Anderson is my commentary partner, and you've also done a bit of refereeing for us, haven't you?
Oh, just the one time. I'm doing that again anytime soon. And it's Dan Eagles.
What happened in that adventure for you then?
Well, you were there. Your commentary said it all. You know, I recalled the match down the middle, me and Dan, the women's tsunami tag team match. And just because Violet O'Hara and Nixon, just because they lost, they took it all out on me. I got a punt to the balls and then a shining wizard for my efforts and that ungrateful Welsh, whatever you want to call her. Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway, they beat me up and you told me to put me in the ring.
Yeah, well, it was Christmas. We all having a good time. Everyone had a bit too much sherry. It was a good Christmas present. I applaud the girls dearly for that one.
What do you want?
Anyway.
What do you want? Why are you calling me on my day off?
Yeah, every day's a day off for you, isn't it? Anyway, Point Break 2015, this Friday. We'll come to get your views on a few of the matches. Go for it. Right, the open qualifying matches first. Sean Only and Joe Hendry.
See, this match is interesting because I know you're going to be pulling for Sean Only. And you know what? That's fair enough. Sean Only's done a lot in the time he's been in Tidal Wrestling. His feud with Dan James was probably one of the best feuds in Tidal Championship Wrestling history. You know, Joe Hendry, you know, he's doing some incredible things north of the border. You know, it's going to be a real close one. It's almost like Sean Only's like the mainstay of Lee, and Joe Hendry's like the mainstay of Darlington. So it's really going to be a close one. As much as it pains me to say, I think Sean Only may just have this one.
Yeah.
But one mistake and Joe Hendry will clean up.
It is going to be a straight down the middle match. That they're both very evenly matched, and they both know a bit about the MMA and that, don't they? So it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one.
A close one.
The winner of that match, though, will be going on to take on the winner of Dan James and your mate Violet O'Hara.
Well, obviously Dan James, you know, the armbar superstar. You know, he's been in a bit of trouble recently with the females. You know, not his fault. They just want to get in his way. Violet O'Hara, despite the lucky shot she had just before Christmas, you know, she is extremely talented. You know, do not let her small demeanor fool you. Again, you know, it's hard to. It is not a straightforward one to call. Of course, I hope and I pray that Dan James wins. And I'll probably just give him the nod over here. You know, he has had the upper hand against the females. And psychologically, Violet O'Hara, regardless of her power and her strength, she may have that in the back of her mind. So I think Dan James. Yeah.
And Leon Lazarus, his fifth title defense will be against Kenny Williams, a man who's very similar to him in all styles. Where do you think this one's going to go?
Well, you know, Kenny Williams, you know, former Zero-G champion at TCW, you know, he brings a lot of, you know, despite both of them being extremely young, both do bring quite a lot of experience. I mean, you were there this past Wednesday, another promotion in Leeds. Liam Lazarus did face Kenny Williams.
It did do it.
Promotion, and it got a little bit heated, didn't it?
Yeah, I think you could sense it there in the air. They were both going for it there and then. So it's going to be.
There was a title on the line on Friday.
Yeah, it's a lot more on the line.
Which way it's going to go? I must admit, I do slightly tip my hat to Liam. Obviously, as the champion, you have championship advantage, so he does have an advantage. But you know, again, you can't. If he looks past Kenny Williams, even a tiny bit, then Kenny will capitalise and take the gold home. But I'm going to go with Liam, but he has to keep his eyes on the prize.
Yeah. And we were talking about him earlier. Rampage Brown will be facing Kid Fight.
Well, you know, I think I don't think anyone's qualified enough to say how great this match will be on Friday. You know, again, Kid Fight. You know, if you put him and Rampage side by side, yes. You know, Rampage is an animal. He's a beast. Kid Fight, he is one tough SOB. You know, that you might need to lock the doors because these guys will burst through the doors. They'll go everywhere. John Myers on Friday is going to have his hands full with this one. This is going to be an extremely physical encounter.
Everyone's going to have their hands full with this one, just getting out of the way of them, both.
As we've seen, and as you mentioned earlier, Rampage Brand is beatable. Liam Lazarus, he did it. There's nothing to say that Kid Fight can't do exactly the same. Kid Fight, he's one tough SOB, so don't count Kid Fight out. I'm gonna go with Rampage. He's the lead boy. I suppose he's more my hometown, from my hometown as much as anyone. Now I'm an honorary northerner, so I'm gonna go with Rampage. But again, Kid Fight, it's a very, very close one to call. A lot of these matches are on Friday, but I'm gonna go with Rampage.
Yeah, and it's a tough one. I'm not even gonna try and call that one, to be honest. I'm just gonna be happy to get out of there alive if that's the case. After Point Break, we'll be going to Newcastle at Crimson Time, where we've got a special guest who's joining the three-way match with Sean Oney and Dave Carbon. That's Bram, isn't it? What are your thoughts on Bram returning to us?
Bram, yeah, I remember when I first met Bram at the Beach show 2 months ago, and I couldn't believe how big this guy is. This guy has muscles in places that I didn't even know existed. The other two, who did you say was like Sean Oney and who? Sean
Oney and Dave Carbon. Dave Carbon's
the guy. They need to start writing their wills now because I can only see one winner here. Bram will, to be fair, it could be anybody, but I think Bram will be victorious in this one in Newcastle.
Also, High Tide 2015, June the 28th, we've got the Mastiff T-Bone versus Wolfgang and Big Damo match. How's that going to go?
Well, we do. One span of the works I'm throwing right now is that unfortunately T-Bone has done his ankle in. Now, whether he'll be fit and ready to go by then, it remains to be seen. We're assuming he is. A tough athlete, what a tough bastard. As is his tag team partner. So, we'll assume, we'll say he's going to be absolutely fine for this. The first one just totally spiraled out of control, and who's to say this one won't either,
Exactly, and this one is Falls Count Anywhere as well, which is just opening the gates of hell, basically.
Well, I can see where this one is coming already. Dan Eagles even tried to get me voted in and help us with this one. He's got another thing coming.
That's a good idea, actually.
On his own. Both teams bring something. Look, you've got T-Bone. You've got Dave Mastiff. These guys are firmly fan favourites. Will they care about the cheers? Probably not, because they're going to go and kick ass regardless. Big Damo and Wolfgang, these two are animals, absolute animals. Big Damo stands nearly, 6 feet 10, 6 feet 11.
Yeah, exactly.
Where do you think this one's going to go? Don't put all this pressure on me. What do you think will win this big heavyweight tag team match?
I think there's going to be some broken bones, and it might not even be the wrestlers. It might be their ring audience or their security, or Dan Eagles may walking out. Well, not even walking out of that match. Dan Eagles may be leaving that one in a wheelchair. It's just going to be carnage. It's going to be like the monster truck rallies, pretty much, isn't it? Just crushing things in the pad. And also on that card, we've got Addy Starr versus JD Boom. Addy Starr's going to be in the barefoot Lego death match.
I don't think JD knows exactly what he's got himself into there. I think Addy's going to absolutely wipe the floor with it.
Addy's very...
She's the queen of the Lego death match.
Exactly, she brought it over here, so it's...
I don't think JD knows exactly what he's got himself into there. I think Addy's going to absolutely cremate him.
Exactly, it's not something JD Boom's been a part of before. As you mentioned, Addy Starr's done this plenty of times before. And it's a barefoot one as well. Lego death matches are bad enough, but a barefoot one... I don't know that JD Boom can pull enough tricks out of his bag for that one. But anyway, been good to have you as our first ever guest on the TCW Round Up with BeatUp.
You're welcome, my friend.
Will you be there on Point Break?
I won't unfortunately be there on Point Break. I'm otherwise engaged in another part of the country.
Yeah, big deal. I'm sure we'll manage without you.
I will be there for Tide High to call the matches with you, the big heavyweight tag match, and if he is still the champion, the last man standing match between Rampage Brown and the CEO Lazarus.
Exactly, I can't wait to join you on commentary again. It's going to be brilliant. But I'm looking forward more to Point Break if you're not going to be there now.
Oh, God, to get Boom or Sean Oney, one of your cretins to help you out.
They queue up. They queue up for it. You love me. Anyway, cheers for being our guest. Any last words before we...
Cheers, Aaron. Bye.
Cheers. So there we go, another episode of TCW Round Up with BeatUp. Don't forget we are on Facebook, facebook.com/Tidal Championship Wrestling, Twitter, twitter.com/Tidal Wrestling. There you can go onto our big cartel pages. Don't forget we've got Point Break this Friday. That's Friday the 15th of May. We've got Crimson Tide on June the 14th, which is a Sunday in Newcastle, and we return to Leeds for High Tide on June the 28th. Be it one of them, be it all of them, but don't be it none of them. See you next time.
Bye.